Yo and hello, everybody. Mike here, baseball collector.
It says we're live, so I guess
we are live. And Ken is here already. Says Triple Crown 24 is up next. No, Triple Crown 24 is not up next.
I will be filling in for Triple Crown 24 today.
Right. Welcome, Andy. What's up, man?
Oh, not much. It's been a lot of fun. Just hanging out, watching a lot of these live streams, kind of interacting with some people. Just been a pretty good day. How about yourself? Yeah. I know you guys had a pretty awesome episode earlier. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, well, I guess they said that Triple Crown 24 was next, but he is not. He is at a card show. He might be joining us later.
Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully he will.
Yeah, it's been a fun Palooza weekend. And it's a lot of work, honestly.
Well, it is for you. For you and Ty, it's a lot of work. For the rest of us, we just kind of show up and just have fun. So thanks for doing all the work.
Yeah, for sure. Ty does most of the heavy lifting. I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, Lou is in the house. Capetta Cards and Comics.
I do none of the lifting, so props to you guys. What's up, Lou? Haven't seen you in a while, my man.
We haven't seen him.
Got Ken, Lou Rock, Otto.
So what are we doing tonight, Andy? Tell them why we decided to do this.
So what we're doing is we're going to do an open mic night. And as far as why we're doing it, I'm not sure why we're doing it, but it's going to be fun, right?
Well, we've done this on my channel back in the day. Remember, we used to do some open mic night. It was always, let's see what happens. You know,
that's good. Yeah, because you never know what's going to happen on these. We've had some of those. We've had some moments. We've had some moments.
Well, I'm going to put in the chat the link to this stream. So if you want to come and join us, ask us hobby questions, whatever, we will have pretty much anybody that wants to come on. And we've already got our first idiot that wants to join us. So let's bring him in here.
Hey,
idiot number one.
I'm your idiot.
Hey, that's the guy right there.
You said open mic night. I'd like to request the Weather Girls, It's Raining Men. That's my song I'd like to do.
That should be the theme song for the National.
Let me see if I can hook that up. No,
dude, I don't know about y'all, but I might have to take a couple days break of watching YouTube after this weekend.
Yeah, you're definitely overwhelmed with content. You're like, okay, that's enough. I'm going to take a minute.
Oh, man, it's like I might need to unplug. It's been nonstop. It's been awesome. Don't get me wrong. It's been amazing. But, man, it's been a lot. Good thing I'm not here with my wife and kids. So,
was it Josh earlier that said, I threw out my back? So if you're going to throw out your back, you don't want to do it. But, hey, do it during Hobbypalooza and you can just sit.
How are you guys, man? How are things?
We're good.
Things are good, man. It's been a lot of fun, kind of like you, Garrett. I've really enjoyed it's kind of invigorating, you know, just to have everybody like kind of in the same place, which is, you know, similar to what happened last year. But this time we actually get to go to the Nationals. So it's, you know.
I'll tell you real quick, and then I'll leave so someone else can come in. One of my favorite parts so far was I tuned into Pepino Man first thing early this morning, and he had on Lou Rock, which I think is just an awesome dude, and he had on Mangini, which again, awesome dude, and Caesar's in line at Starbucks to order a drink, and Lou's in the middle of telling like this serious story about how he feels about something, and in the middle of it, Caesar's like, "Yeah, I'll take 2 coffees," and she's like, "Would you like sugar?" And he's like, "No, I'm sweet enough." I'm like, just cut him off, dude. And I fell out, man. I'm like, only Caesar, dude. Only Caesar would do something like that.
Those are my favorite videos of his when he goes to Starbucks. He does that, fairly often. It's pretty good.
But fellas, I'm going to let y'all go. Thanks for having me in here for just a couple minutes. It was great seeing you guys, and I'll talk to both of y'all soon.
Toodles.
Toodles.
All right. See you, Garrett.
All right. So that's how it's going to be for the next 55 minutes. Anybody wants to come in, say hi, what you love about the weekend, what you're looking forward to at the National, whatever. It's open mic. And we do have some requests already. Ken apparently wants to come in and sing. I don't know. I haven't heard Ken sing before, so I'm not exactly excited about that.
I'm intrigued.
Again, I'll just put the link in the chat again. Whoever wants to come. So 17 days, man, we'll be at the show.
I know. I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm just looking at the list of heavy hitters here in the chat right now. Alex, Snoop, Lou Rock, Ken, Brian, B-Roth. Jeez.
Yeah. Hey, you got Shomei Otane, 17.
Yeah, I love that name. Can we get Billy the Kid back? He wants Billy the Kid back.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, if we could, I'd be up for Billy the Kid coming on here.
We need to get Stove to arrange another live stream with Billy the Kid. That was hilarious.
Oh, that was great. I mean, anytime you get those two guys together, it's just like the magic just happens, right?
But there are people on the chat that don't get it, right? They were kind of like, who are these jokers and whatnot? And I'm like, you obviously don't watch very much because you do have to get their humor, probably.
You have to understand. And I know that Stove kind of talked about it a little bit, like how on some of his videos, like people don't understand that he's not being serious. They take what he's saying seriously. And, they think he was, like in that one video, they think he was really trying to trim cards or something. I'm like, I mean, it shouldn't take much to see that he's not being too serious in that.
Yeah, I had several times I was laughing out loud because I get it. I get who they are and I know them. I guess that matters, but I know I'm not that funny. I'm that funny looking, but
Scott's the first one to comment on the shirt. I appreciate it, Scott. I knew you would get it, man. I knew it.
Yeah, Scott, I tried to call you a minute ago to see if you wanted to come on here for a couple of minutes and say hello. I know you're working this weekend, but hey, gentlemen, I think. Yeah, I wouldn't use that word.
That's a stretch, Don. That's a stretch.
Definitely a stretch.
Oh man, speaking of great live streams, the one that Don was on, that was with was George, right? Diamond Yard Sports Cards.
Yep.
And then who else was on there? Oh man, I'm losing my mind here. Chuck, Northside guy, right?
Yep.
That was awesome, man. That was such a good conversation. I mean, just because that was about as pure of a hobby talk as I've seen in a long time. It was just all about the cards and the stories. That was great. I loved it.
Raise your hand if you enjoyed Hobbypalooza. Just hit the like button if you enjoyed Hobbypalooza, even parts of it. There might be parts you didn't like. That's fine. But if you enjoyed it at all, go ahead and hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the down. Who was it that got all? Oh, Mark and Bob when they requested all the down votes and it just flipped from.
Yeah, everybody took away their upvote.
Yeah, just give it a vote, whether it's good or bad. I don't care. I really don't. So whatever you want.
Thank you, Alex and Dawn, because I had a brain fart. Chuck Northside guy. I eventually thought of it, but but that was great, guys. I really loved that.
So maybe we should talk about the National and YouTube real quick because there's a lot of big tubers here and a lot of guys going to the show. I think we've kind of landed on our Thursday night location for our get together. And look, guys, don't get too excited. It's hold on. Scotty Tradition is texting me. So see, this is what happens on a live.
Well, and just to cover your first comment there, there are a lot of big YouTubers here, and then there's you and I also.
Correct. That's correct.
I don't think we're in the same caliber as some of these guys in here. Yeah, this is Mike O gave us a like, so I mean,
Thanks,
if Mike
man.
O says it's okay, that's all that
I'm
matters.
waiting for Mike O to return the whatchamacallit, where you give money live. What's that called?
The what?
Where you give money while you're watching a live stream.
Super chat?
Yeah, I'm waiting for Mike O to return the super chat. I gave him a super
Oh,
chat.
you gave him one?
Yeah, he was laughing about it, I think, internally. He's like, oh my God, Mike. I knew he was. I guess this is just going to be funny.
Oh my gosh.
So at the show, the get together we're going to do is on Thursday night of the show, probably around 8 o'clock. It's really kind of just come and go and whatever, but we're going to do it at the Embassy Suites, which is not where Andy and I are. Andy and I are rooming together at the show. We're not staying there, but we stayed there last show, and they have a huge, like, what's it called? Like a dining area, I guess, where they do breakfast and whatnot. And it's just a huge seating area. It's an amazing, just big place. And
yeah, it's pretty decent size.
Yeah, and we can all sit around and work on that. Scott says it's not working for him. Maybe I need to recopy it.
Yeah, recopy that thing.
Maybe that's why nobody's in here, because the stupid thing's not working. All right, there it is again. I just put it in the. Did I put the same?
Oh, Mike, I hear you, Mike. Yeah, he said he was going to go, but then Acuna got hurt, and now he's poor along with me. That was unfortunate, man. I was bummed about that. And then obviously if anybody checked out, my live stream yesterday, that one aged really well. that one just went up in flames last night with the Conor McGregor fight.
You were already wrong, right? Once.
Yeah, that was great.
We got another guest. You want to bring him on? You want me to bring him on?
Somebody save us. Hey, there's the guy right there.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
What's up, Scott?
How art thou?
I'm doing good. I'm on call this weekend for work, but been kind of in and out and checking on Hobbypalooza. Caught most of the streams. It's been awesome so far. I've enjoyed all the variety. I think I was just watching boxing and golf card talk. So, I mean, that was pretty cool. I really enjoyed it so far.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. And, obviously a lot of us will get to see each other here in a couple of weeks. So can't wait, man. I know I'm excited.
Man, it's been after 2019, was such a high for so many of us. 2020 was such a letdown. And I can only imagine what 2021 will be. So I'm just hoping it's at least 80% of what 2019 was, to be honest.
Oh, I think it will be.
It'll be 150% of what 2019 was.
Yeah. But don't let me predict anything, because
So if anybody wants to know what the downfall was for Project 2020, Andy is the problem.
I mean,
he brought it all the way down. He was like, no, I'm not doing it. I got to tell the story, Andy, because you're here.
All right, go ahead.
Like, oh, I'm not, this is ridiculous. And this is all a gimmick. And finally he buys into the hype and he's like, all right, I'm going to buy some. So he bought a 10 pack or whatever. Did you buy a 10 pack or 20 pack?
At least 10.
At least 10 Shore Griffies.
No, I think it probably was 20. It was probably 20.
He got a lot of Shore Griffies. And that, of course, was the beginning of the end for the hype of Project 2020. So we blame Andy now whenever anybody brings up the pain that anybody felt during Project 2020. That's it. Yeah.
Let me add to that, though, Mike, because anybody out there that has one of JT's custom cards that he's made, I'm the supplier. Those are my shore griffies, a lot of them.
Yeah, I don't think people realize he used real Project 2020 cards to make your custom cards if he made you a custom card.
I did not realize that. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, so I was doing the community a service by being a supplier.
So now I guess technically also there's the print run needs to be readjusted because you've essentially destroyed a few of them.
Yeah, for sure.
How many do you still have, Andy? 0.
I have 0.
Oh yeah, it
What
was.
about you, Scott? Did you buy any Project 2020? I can't remember.
I did. I think the first one I bought was the Naturel Clemente. But I think I've since sold that one. I still have a few of them. I have like one of the Jackies that I kept just because I really like the way it looks. And I have a few others that I've kept, but I really didn't get into it as much as some people did. You know, it seemed like once the Griffey came, the shore Griffey, you know, so many people got into that. In addition to Andy, obviously the numbers went through the roof, and then you know it kind of petered out after that. But yeah, you know, it was a cool concept, but you know, it was kind of just pretty far away from kind of the way I like to collect, so I just decided not to go too deep into it.
Well, you're a smart man.
I'm sending. Hey Don, I'm sending you an email with the chat. You need to come. Don's Field of Dreams cards. I want him to come on because it's going to be his first national. I want to ask him some questions.
Cool. So Scott, is there anything in particular, like any particular card that you're really targeting for the national, or are you just kind of going in?
You know, yeah, I kind of have like a few cards I have in mind. I don't ever say that I have to buy one card at the national because, you know, I mean, I've only been to one national, but I mean, that was kind of my mindset back in 2019. And it just so happened I found a nice Tris Speaker T206, and that was kind of one of the cards I was targeting. But like this time around, you know, I think I heard a couple people talk about the 41 Playball DiMaggio. That was one that I was actually targeting before, you know, Silver Jackify. I think Josh mentioned it as well, rated rookie. So that card, also like I would like to pick up a Pete Rose rookie at some point. That card's come up a little bit recently, but I kind of wonder if it'll keep climbing up. I don't know. I don't want to be left. He is, you know, one of only 2 with 4,000 hits. So and that's never going to change. He's always going to have over 4,000 hits. So I think that's a pretty smart card to eventually get into, regardless of Hall of Fame or not Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I would agree. Those are all solid choices there for sure.
I was going to ask Scott a question, but I can't remember. Yeah, that's all right. Live sucks. You can't remember everything. I need to write stuff down, but I'm trying to do like 4 things. I'm texting people, listening to you, and sending stuff. So, oh yeah, I remember the 41 Playball DiMaggio, Scott. Don't worry, there's going to be plenty there for you guys to choose from, but
I'm sure. And I have a question for you guys. And you know, I've been talking to a couple people about this. I think I was talking to Phil Filmington, who'll be coming on at some point here in the future, just last night. But how do you guys think dealers will be at the national compared to what we've seen at some of the more recent shows? Going to be willing to deal? Going to be willing to come down? Be willing to take trades? I've heard recently from a lot of people that dealers are not really taking a lot of trades right now, and they're not looking to, you know, for people to like trade up into cards. They want to see cash, and that's about it.
Go ahead, Andy. I'll answer.
Well, just from my experience at the Dallas shows that I've been to fairly recently, I think it's going to be dependent on what you have as far as the trades go, because a lot of the dealers, they're getting people that are coming up to them with so much of the same stuff, and yeah, they're kind of like backing off of some of that stuff. But I think if you have good stuff to trade, everybody that I've encountered at these shows has been willing to, you know, buy, sell, and trade. And I mean, I think Mike will definitely attest to this, as far as like, I definitely wouldn't go in there and overpay for anything, because I think they're going to be willing to work with people on prices.
I just know the National has a lot of like, older, more traditional dealers there. And are they going to be as willing to trade, whereas the Dallas shows a lot more younger dealers and stuff from what I've heard. So it's just kind of interesting to see which way, because I can't imagine dealers wanting to like take like 25 Zion PSA 9 rookie cards, prisms to trade for a Gaudy Ruth. I just can't picture that.
And that's the stuff that I think people have been talking about. Like when they say that dealers aren't willing to trade, it's because you have the same stuff that everybody else is bringing them to, and they've probably already got plenty of it.
Hey, Don.
Hey, Mike.
Don, how are you, man?
Good. How are you, Andy? Hey, Scott.
Good.
Thanks for the kind words earlier on our video. It was a ton of fun.
Oh, that was great, man. I love that video.
We actually spent an hour. I missed Ray's video live because we kept talking afterwards, but it was a lot of fun. I'm glad you guys had us on.
That was just a great discussion, man. Like I could tell that all three of you guys are just really passionate about the sets and players that you collect, and I just like hearing the stories, man. How you acquired the cards and stuff. It's just great. I like that stuff.
Well, I think that's why we all have a connection. At least the people I watch, we all talk, nothing against sellers or flippers, but I follow people that are passionate about what they do and love the history. And I feel like I'm drawn to those people. So, I mean, we didn't even have to rehearse it. It's just so natural when you talk to guys like that who have a common interest. It just flows.
Totally. Scott, to answer your question about dealing at the National, and Don, this will be your first one.
Yep.
Which can't wait to meet you in person.
Yeah, same here.
I didn't pay sticker for anything at the Dallas shows, and that was kind of right as the worm was turning a little bit on prices, but they're willing to deal. They need to sell cards to pay for stuff. And if you don't like it, you move down to the next table. If people aren't willing to budge, especially at the National, where you've got, somebody said it in their stream and they're right. They allocate tables to the National to dealers based on their longevity of being a dealer at the show. So you've got all these long-time dealers, the guys that you'd go to their case and it'd be all the same, old stuff that's been there forever. And it's true at the National too. There's cards and cases that you go, I remember seeing that last year. And I remember seeing that same card the year before because they're overpriced or whatever. Well, they'll be there and it's mostly vintage. And it's funny as you walk the room and go from, if you're walk into Chicago, and Andy and Scott have been there, you walk into that and from the left all the way to the right, back towards the red carpet area. You know what I'm talking about? All older dealer, all vintage. And it starts kind of getting more of a mix. And then modern stuff kind of towards where the newer tables are, i.e. tables they've added to accommodate more dealers. And that's even more true this year. They've added more dealer space than any other National that I've seen. So you've got all these old school dealers with all their old vintage that's probably, if they haven't changed the prices, though, that might be good because now it's all worth more than it was 2 years ago.
That's a good point, Mike.
Maybe they left all those stickers on there and you can go get some steals. I seriously doubt it. Speaking of card show guys, so Triple Crown is here. It was supposed to be his hour, but it's the guy before you, JT, said, hey, next up is Triple Crown 24.
I'm here. I'm fashionably late, but I'm here.
Hey, Mike, I have a question for you, and maybe you wouldn't want to do this, but watching your video with Nuff Said Cards the other night,
Yeah.
he made a comment that he's got a list because he's been there many times and he knows his dealers and who to go see. This is brand new to me. I don't know anyone there. And it's like, I was like, I wish I knew that because I don't want to waste my time going to the guys who won't deal, they're jerks, or it's all modern. Like, I'd be like, man, it'd be awesome if Mike sent me a list of some of the guys that are great. Like, what I like. And not that you have to do this, but like something like that would be so helpful.
So the way that kind of works, Don, and Andy, JT, Scott, chime in a minute if you want with your take on this. But what happens is you're at the show and believe it or not, we're going to run into each other more than you think. It's a massive sea of people. And yet you kind of just see people that
You'll see me. I'm 6'5", so I'll be
Okay.
up here.
But you'll have I need your phone number too, Don. Email me your cell phone number later.
All
But
right. I'll text you. Yeah, but I'll text you again.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did one time. I needed to save it in my phone. But what'll happen is you'll write down the table number. Snoop's talking about it. You write down the table number and you find one of us that you know is another vintage guy that's been to a nationals, and you go, hey, I was at this table. Do you know this dealer? What's his, whoever it is,
Right.
And do you know if they're cool or not? And there's some dealers that I've bought enough stuff from that if I go, like if you take Andrew back to the table, maybe not me, but Andrew's dealt with these, bring Andrew back to the table with you, which he would be willing to do. And hey, man, this is my buddy Don. He wants to buy this card. What do you do for him? You can make some deals that way that otherwise you might not be able to make. It's shocking the power of, there was my Campy rookie that I bought at the Dallas show. I didn't buy it. You know who bought it? The guy right below me went and bought it. I gave him the money, and he went and he talked dealer talk with this guy and was, wheeling and dealing, and ended up making the deal so that I could get that card because the guy wasn't budging for me. Yeah, obviously he didn't know who I was, but hey.
I mean, my local guy who I just bought the 41 play ball Greenberg, and I bought my 49 Satchel Paige from, and my 53 Bowman I got graded. Like, he knows I'm going to spend some money there, and he gives me deals. And even though he's going to the show, I don't want to see his stuff. I can see that 2 miles away. You know what I mean? And it's great because you guys have that knowledge that I won't. I don't have that relationship. And just like you said with JT helping you out there, he had the relationship. And Brian, I appreciate that as well. So,
and you'll get that offer, Don, from a slew of people that will be willing to help you.
Right.
This is true. If you're buying autographed press deals, bring Mike with you.
Just buy mine off of Mike.
Yeah, like what Don said about the relationship thing with dealers, that's absolutely true. Like, that's why, when you go to these shows, and I know JT will appreciate this, like, even if somebody doesn't necessarily buy something from you at that show, if they talk with you and they're nice with you and you kind of get that relationship built, maybe down the line, maybe JT will have something that person wants, and they've already kind of built that rapport a little bit. So that's important. I think just be nice to people and try to build those relationships. I mean, like we do that with people in the community, but a lot of times people don't really do that with the dealers. And I mean, those dealers, they're working hard too. So
yeah. And the relation, it can even happen intra-show, meaning you see a card on Wednesday and you're talking with the dealer, man, I'd love to add this. And this is PC for me. I tell them why I want it for my collection, try to create some empathy there. And if they still say no, I walk away, and maybe I come back Thursday or Friday and see the card still there. I'm like, hey, I'm still really digging that card or whatever. Any chance we can make a deal? I'm leaving tomorrow, or, just never hurts to keep going by, which leads to a question here. JT, Scott, maybe y'all want to answer this question. Do you feel you get better deals Saturday night or Sunday?
Sunday. I'll tell you. I'll tell you that on Saturday night, once you're thinking about it, even if you're having a bad weekend, you always have that hope that Sunday will be better. It typically is not. That's just been my experience today. It was not better. There just wasn't as many people there. People assume things are picked over. A lot of people have left to go home. And you start to see a lot more desperation from people who might be not at their goal. They need to make some money to get home. And you can take advantage of that. You can get some really good deals if you're willing to wait it out. If they start seeing people packing up, leaving, people just walking by really quickly, and they need to make a sale, they'll do what it takes. I mean, there was today, I didn't necessarily need to make a sale, but there was a guy who went back and forth. I said no to his price. I really would have taken it, but I wanted a little bit more. And I waved him down and I said, I'll do 30 on it. And then we did 30. And that was that. So And I know I've been in a lot worse situations where I'd be willing to wave someone down too, but then making a sale. So yeah.
What did you have the card listed for that you sold for 30? Just out of curiosity.
$50.
See? So Don, if you play sticker for anything at the National, you're the sucker.
I definitely won't be doing that.
Yeah.
I've been in sales for years. I have no problem bartering. So,
and I think to JT's point there, a no on Friday and Saturday can become a yes on
Saturday. And anything I'm interested in, like, you know, I've watched all of your videos, you know, from what you've said, there's going to be 100 more of them, even though they're vintage. It's like, I'll just move on. You know, classic case on eBay. I was interested in a 76 Pete Rose from my SGC set. It was a 7. The guy had it for 80. I offered him 60. He said no, and I was like, that's fine. He put it up for auction. I won it for 36 today.
No
like,
way.
Idiot. Because I looked at the seller. I'm like, you know, after shipping tax, it was like $42. I'm like, you could have had it for 60. You know, and it's like, you know, sometimes you got to just say, no matter what you have in it. And Mike, I think you've said this, which I think is a great point. When the guy says, well, I have this into it. Well, that's not my problem. That's your fault. You know, excuse me, that's my wife.
Just your wife.
I did. It's fine. But, and actually my wife is the one that encouraged me to go to the National. She's like, you got to go. You love this stuff. I'm like, I don't know. And then I had this talk with this guy from Texas named Mike, who's like, you have to go. And so I am. But getting back to that, I don't know, I lost track. So.
Well, hey, JT, did you know I opened a box of Topps Inception earlier live on Hobbypalooza?
Do we have it on video? Because I'm not in full belief that actually happened.
Put an auto.
Oh, wow! Congratulations, Mike. That was a great pull. It was well worth the box.
You can send that to Brian Hayes to Pittsburgh. I don't think Otto saw it.
Well, it's actually Otto Olson. He's in the chat right now. It's his card. He needs to tell me if he wants you to have the Miggy, and I can negotiate. It's numbered to 50. It's the orange. Do you have it yet?
I do not.
Ah.
Otto, we'll have to do some talking at some point.
No, it's he also pulled. Well, I pulled for him. Dylan Carlson, silver ink or silver signing, but it's really in gold. I don't know why that he just, and it says Go Cards, numbered to 1 out of 25, eBay 101. So yeah, you got some nice stuff out of the box, but it was a quick rip. Any other questions, Don, about the National? Maybe.
You know, I guess my point is I'm excited and scared all at the same point. Just because I don't know what I don't know, you know, going into it. Because
it's worth it though. It really is.
And I'm excited to go. And honestly, yes, I want to see the cards. I do. But I said this in the chat earlier. I want to meet some of you guys in person. And I know that's been said over and over, but I'm super excited to, you know, actually get to know you guys. And even doing this Hobbypalooza with Chuck and George, like I've got to know those guys so much better than I did before. And that's the whole reason I started making YouTube videos, was just to meet people and get in the community. And part of me is like, am I even going to be able to get in the table? Mike, I think we talked about this. Your concern was these flippers are going to come in and take the dealer's time when you're trying to make a deal. It's like, I'm trying to buy something from you. So I guess there's a little bit of that, but I mean, I'll be fine. You know, it's just, like I said, it's what you don't know. And, you know, I looked at the map of the tables. I was like, oh, good God. Like, you know, look how many tables there are. And you all have said how big it is. And I know I'm not going to realize it until I actually see it. But so, and that's the great thing about YouTube. If I just randomly went to a national one, I would have no idea. At least I've got an idea of what it's going to be like. I know to expect that it's going to be crazy and crowded, and wear good shoes and bring water and food in a backpack and bring a notebook where the tables are. You know, I've done all that before I've gone from you guys. So that gives me a heads up, or a foot in the door, I think.
Well, Don, just remember that Scott and JT, that is really going to be their hair when you meet them. Like, that's not a joke. That's not photoshopped or nothing. That is really
I
their
got my hair for a 54-year-old. Not bad.
It's even better in person.
JT, somebody asked earlier if you're setting up at the National.
I don't have my own booth. I will have cards for sale at the National through a different dealer. That's a different story for a different time. But no, I'm going to buy, and even if I had the opportunity, I don't know if I would take it because, as Don alluded to, yes, I like to see the cards, of course, and maybe find something I can't find elsewhere. I want to hang out with you guys. That's why I'm going. I can always go. I just went and bought cards this weekend. And it was fun, but it would be even more fun if there was someone there that I knew. I probably wouldn't have got as much work done, but still, I'm going to have fun.
I've teased that I might shave my beard before the National. That would be funny to show up beardless.
I might shave mine too.
Mike, I actually Googled you one time, and there's a photo of you on the internet without a beard. Believe it or not.
There is.
But I'm stalking you, but
I bet
and
there
there's
is.
also a picture of Eric without long hair and a beard.
Somebody just meant Jay Stottlemyre said, I need a Mike auto. I will have JT. Do you have your custom? Are you bringing customs to sign?
I guess I better get on that.
I don't have any. I want to see who's going to be the first to offer me one.
I have customs that if
Mike's
somebody
okay.
wants one, they can ask. They will go not so quick, so don't
This
worry.
comment by Reindeer
It'll be funny
Studios
always.
the most is more than he said in the whole video.
What's that?
Reindeer Scott left a comment. I will not shave my beard before the National. That's more than he said in his whole video.
Yeah, he was focused, wasn't he?
He was.
They were drawing Tatis.
Look at Eric was more about talking than drawing. The artist was focused.
Yeah, that was a fun stream.
It was.
JT, are you going to go catch up on your Palooza that you've missed out on this weekend, being at a show?
Well, I got a lot of listing to do, so you guys are going to keep me company while I get through that into the wee hours of the morning.
Tell me about the show this weekend. Was it busy? What was it? What was the atmosphere like? Where was it? All that kind of stuff.
Well, first thing, I forgot that you can actually view comments. So I've just clicked over to the comments to see all the ones I missed. So hello, everyone.
Welcome to the show, JT.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'll try to answer any questions I see there too. It was in Lexington, Kentucky. So I've been seeing, Mike, I know that you went to a show similar to how I imagine this one was. It was called the Kentucky Collector Con. I think card might have been in the name, but it was more so a collector con where it's not just cards. There was a lot of really big dealers there for TCG, so Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic. Like there was I forget his name, I think it's like Magic Man or something, really big Magic the Gathering dealer. Troll and Toad, which is this huge dealer for all three TCG games, they were there. Probably some other people too that if I was more familiar with that area of the hobby, I would be more able to tell you who they were. There were some pretty big dealers there, some people you might know as well. Jeff, Sports Card Investor, was doing a demo for his Market Movers app. There were guest signers such as Jake the Snake Roberts for you wrestling fans out there. There was Daryl Strawberry was there. Icky Woods was there. They brought in a few different people as well. Like they had a voice actor from like the Pokemon shows who was there. They had someone from American Ninja Warrior there, and she was signing. They were all doing photo ops. They had some other wrestlers as well. They had a top sketch artist. So it was really this huge combined effort. It was a lot of fun. It was very fascinating. You met a lot of different types of people. Could go into more specifics. I don't really even know where to go with that.
What were
JT, you're in Ohio somewhere, right?
I am Cincinnati.
Okay, so that's not far from Lexington. Okay.
How was the vibe of the show? Was it good stuff? Did you get to make a lot of deals?
It's good. So the funny thing is that on Friday night they have this setup thing. So it's at the Rupp Arena. Yeah, I wish. Is at the Rupp Arena, which is where Kentucky basketball is played. So when you go to load it in, you actually go around to the back of the building to the loading docks and like go in through the back. So you kind of feel like you're like one of the players going into the court or something. And it's attached to the convention center. So when you go in, it definitely has that big show feel to it, or at least it felt like that to me. But everyone was extremely friendly. I didn't run into anyone who was particularly unpleasant. Everyone who I came across, I know sometimes you guys talk about the Pelican guys. They were all very friendly. In fact, I had some really good conversations.
Was the showdown on the basketball court?
No, so there's a convention center that's attached to Rupp
Okay.
Arena, and it was in the convention center on the third floor of it, which is actually the ground level floor. So the second and first floor are actually in the basement, technically. So
Mike in podcast mode now.
Yeah.
yeah.
So Scott, I've got to ask you, man.
Yeah.
We're a little over an hour away. What's going to happen tonight with your Milwaukee Bucks?
I don't know. That's a good question. You know, as we've talked, the Suns have looked really good so far. It's hard to deny that. I think they were 20 of 40 from 3-point range the last game, which is, if you're going to go 20 of 40 from 3 against any team in the NBA, that team's probably going to win the game. It's just hard to come back from that. But Bucks are playing at home, so I'm hoping to change the tide. We'll see. I think it's going to be close.
Are you making a prediction?
Close game. I think it's going to be a close game, and I'm hoping the Bucks pull away at the end.
All right.
And I'm
You
hoping
heard it here first.
that leads into a good game 4 then for the Bucks too, to get back into the series.
I like it. Lou, what's up, man?
Mr. Capetta.
What's up? What's going on, guys?
How's it going?
Are we going to be seeing you in a couple of weeks?
No, I can't go this year. I just went back to work, man. I had COVID. I was sick for a while. And then even after like I was better, like I just wasn't right, you know what I mean? I'm doing good now, but I gotta work and stuff. I tried to talk my wife into let me like just show up for a day, but she was just like, I don't think so. Kids like to eat.
Yeah.
So all you guys are going? You guys are all going to be
Raise
there?
your hand if you're going to the National.
Nice. Nice. That's awesome.
We will be there.
That's great. That's
I'm actually supposed to call. I got to call Lou Joe. I'm supposed to call him Joe.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
every time I met him, he's. I used to call him Joe when I couldn't. My brain wasn't working right, and so
it's funny because he called me Joe a bunch of times, and
Who is that?
those are all my YouTube friends. This is my wife, Janelle, everybody. She's down here doing laundry, and she's like, "Who are you talking to?" So I just answered to Joe like for the longest time, and it just happens that my kid brother's name is Joe, and my dad's been calling me Joe for like, I don't know, the whole time my brother's been alive, like 28 years. So I just got used to answering to it. So I didn't even think twice about it. And then he was like, "Oh, wait, your name's Lou. Why are you answering to Joe?" And I was like, just, as long as you're not calling me, I've answered to a lot worse too.
I've been called a lot worse.
No, not you, Andy. You're like the nicest guy ever.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, I know. Whoever called you worse, they have the problem, not you, buddy.
I'll tell them.
Man, I wish I could go. I went 2 years ago, and then last year I was excited because it was going to be in my neck of the woods in Atlantic City. I love it's never a hard time talking my wife into going to Atlantic City, gambling, and the beaches over there. And it got canceled, and now I wish I could go. I haven't even really been buying stuff. I stopped. I was buying some comics for a while and stuff, and then like as the baseball card market I know started kind of leveling out, the comic book market went crazy. I don't know if any of you guys collect comics as
Lou,
well. I
put
know
your
Mike
wife back on the screen, and we'll convince her to let you go.
does. Peer pressure her. I don't
That's
know
right.
if
Like, you gotta let him go.
I'm working on it. I might. Oh yeah, yep. Well, oh, Andy, I actually still have the package for you around here. I didn't get to mail it out when I got sick. I drew that. I drew comic book covers of all, like, some of the YouTubers. I did Andy, I did Mike, I did Jimmy Guns, I did Pepino Man. I had Pepinos too that I still got to send out. I just never got around to it.
Oh,
as I'm redoing my baseball room too. So
look who's here.
Hello, friends.
yo, Eric,
Oh.
that was a party.
Well,
And I also have my buddy Adam is here from Raw.
Hey guys.
Adam,
Oh my
Hey,
gosh.
buddy.
Adam. Hi, Eric.
This
Been
is
a little
turning
bit-
into a nice circle jerk here. This is going to be great. Eric, making your Hobbypalooza, debut this year. Welcome.
yes. As I mentioned in my last episode, I'm extremely busy with work to the extent that I was unable to participate this year. So it is what it is. It's better than the alternatives.
But now you're participating, so you're all good.
Yes.
You find a way. Good job.
So Adam's in Cleveland. He does vintage cards. He collects, like, he's not kidding. His name's Raw and Cut Cards. He doesn't care how raw or how cut they are. He will buy cards for sets.
That's awesome.
Cards for you, Adam.
How you guys doing?
That's great, man. I like that.
Yeah. So
Adam, you're only 2 hours from me. I'm in Pittsburgh.
Nice.
Eric, you excited? 17 days?
Very excited. Yes. Excited is not the word. I mean, how I feel about the show. So,
you hear?
Flying or driving out, Eric?
pardon?
Are you flying or driving out?
Yes,
Eric, you drive?
I will be driving this year. Yes.
Wow, that's a long drive.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
A 6-hour drive just to get to me, and I'm west of you.
Yeah, it's
I'm in
about
East.
13 hours.
Yeah.
I'm actually in Easton, PA, so I might be on the side of 80 hitchhiking. If you see me, pick me up.
So if I see you, I'll pick you up. Yeah.
It's only a 7-hour drive for me, and I was like, that's too much.
You could stop at Lou's house and take a wig if you need to. So
Well, I mean, it just didn't work out that way.
Yeah.
A lot going on, so it's just better to drive.
you're taking some
Oh,
stuff
that-
too, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, yeah. But I mean, the main thing is getting to see all you guys. That's, it's been 2 years since I've seen some of you. It's been forever since I've seen some of you, and some of you I've not yet seen. So I'm
I've never seen anyone
very,
live.
I'm very eager to have a lot of great card discussion.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember vividly the last time Scott and I spoke at the show in 2019, and he asked me, is 1,500 for a LeBron Topps Chrome 10 too much? Because that's what they were going for at the time. 1,500.
Crazy.
What did they go for now, Eric?
25.
I remember watching your video, Mike, when you bought that 51 Bowman Maze, and I had never bought a comma card at that point. I was like, you paid $1,000? And now I'm like, deal.
Yeah.
Going back.
Yeah, I would buy all the Mays rookies at I paid $1,600. I'd do them all day today for that. No
Yeah, you
problem.
think?
Yeah.
It's gone from you paid 1,600 to you paid 1,600. About 2 years.
Changes quickly.
So true. So true.
yeah, there's a lot more comma cards out there than there were 2 years ago. That's for sure.
Oh, geez. You're not kidding.
Sorry, people y'all talk amongst yourselves.
I remember that was the first year I went, and the first year I met a bunch of you guys, and I was so happy I got the card. I went down there really to get was a PSA. I ended up with a PSA 5, Johnny Bench rookie. And I was so happy I got it. I ended up with that and a PSA 2 Reggie Jackson rookie for $180 altogether. I was so like elated, and it was literally like an hour after I got that, I got a text from Mike like, "Look what I just got," and I was like, "Oh, okay, well, look what I got."
Lou, you should be happy with what you got at that price.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Great cards at a great price.
I got to be honest. So I sold my bench rookie a couple months ago, right before I got COVID. I sold my bench rookie. It was a 5. I actually sold it, bought a 3, and still came back with over $100.
Nice.
Because the grade doesn't. I'm not a high grade guy. I like the card. Like, I collect the cards. They mean something to me. You know, like when I was a kid, growing up in like the 80s, a Johnny Bench rookie card, I was like, oh, I'll never have one of those. You know what I mean? I might have been talking about buying a unicorn. It just seemed like, and now if you think about it, like 1985 to 68 to 85 is not like a huge difference in time. But as a young kid, it felt like so long ago, so far.
It really
away,
did feel like it, though. You're right.
Right.
Billy needs to get in here. He fits in this group. You know what? I have so many.
Hey, hold on. JT, please do it. Please, JT, please. Come on. Mike, you're going to love this. I'm telling you, he does the best Mike O impression. Come on, JT, please.
Do it. Peer pressure.
He'll do it. He's just
he's
gearing up for it. He's got to put the right avatar on his screen. No, that's not the right avatar. Hey, Mike, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good.
Mike, this reminds me of that video that you did with I forget who you did it with it, but it got dark. And it was like cold as hell out in winter. I'm like,
I think that was Zombie Collector.
It was, right.
He had me on. What was nice when I was out there with it, and then I thought it was going to be like a 15-minute video, and it became like an hour and a half video, and I was like,
no, an hour. It looks freezing. I'm like, this guy's out in the dark.
Well, it's super nice today, and it hasn't been that nice lately. It's been raining. It's been humid.
Raining all month.
Same here on this part of the state.
Gotta enjoy it.
Yeah. I'm still waiting on JT to just lay into it.
The longest impression ever.
But he's got to have an avatar up. He can't do it. He can't do it while we're watching him. He's got to take his camera off, and then you'll wonder which Mike O is actually talking.
His face is about as red as my shirt right now.
I mean, I guess he's just worried about all his consignments getting pulled. I don't know.
Andy,
I'm laughing too hard. I can't even do it.
Andy does a good one too. Andy, you want to try it?
Everybody's heard mine already.
That's okay. You can do it again. That's funny.
I want to hear JT.
All right.
He's better. I mean,
he can't do it now. It's no fun.
I can't do it because I'm laughing too hard over here.
You'll have to do it live at the show then.
Believe me,
I'll do it at the show.
If Joe he's on vacation, he would be here, I promise. Mike, have you had a good Palooza?
It's been good. It's been fun checking out all the streams, having my own stream. I thought it was pretty fun. It was something I wanted to do for a while, and it was just always hard to coordinate. So I'm happy I finally got that done.
Pretty cool you had your dad on there.
Center square. Look at the center square.
Brady Bunch.
The set of
Brady
squares.
Bunch story. Here's the card story.
Mike Smart.
Oh my gosh.
This is great.
JT probably doesn't even know what the Brady Bunch is.
So JT's Alice,
I do.
right? JT's Alice in the Brady Bunch.
Alice.
I do understand that reference.
See,
For the
I was going
record.
to say Joan Rivers on Hollywood Squares. Nobody remembers that? Like,
Yeah, of course.
all right. I was like, oh man.
Probably not Scott. He's too young. Yeah, he's like, what the heck is Hollywood Squares? But
I'm afraid to say I think I'm the oldest on here. That's sad. I'm the old man.
now we can do this poll again. We'll make Lou and Adam feel better. Who all's going to the national? Raise your hand. Who's all going? Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I might end up there. Like, you never know. I hop in my ride and just act like I'm going to work one
Still
day
got
and just
2
come back
weeks,
2 days
you know?
later. Yeah. It's not the first time I took off for a couple days. First time in a long time, but
No better
Yeah,
reason.
but have you done it since you've been married?
yeah.
Okay.
Surprisingly still married. So
JT, if you do a Mike O impression, I will give you one of these 2 hockey boxes for free.
Awesome.
whoa, you gotta do it.
I don't even
Oh.
collect hockey, man. Come on.
It's not you're a dealer. You can just resell it.
That's a good point. What kind of businessman?
Mike,
That's a great point.
I'm so sorry for
That's
what's
100%
about to happen.
Mike
I
is a
hope you
great sport. The greatest
I-
form of flattery is impression. Like, or is you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
that's, come on, man.
I got to get the appropriate avatar. One moment, please. give me a few minutes.
You only have 4 minutes. We're off in 4 minutes.
I will do it within the next 4 minutes. Give me a second.
All right, we got to kick it. Who's next, by the way, on Hobbypalooza? A Sports Card
Great.
Nation.
That's great, Pepino.
So John is next. I mean, John Newman, Sports Card Nation's next.
Nice.
His link is in the hobbypalooza.com. He'll be doing a special episode of his Sports Card Nation show where the hobby is the people. And we are proving right now that the hobby is the people. And if you don't think so, you need to be a part of the hobby more and just reach out to people and make connections. Don, you were a year ago or less than a year ago. You didn't know any of us.
Eric probably doesn't remember this, but he's the one that convinced me to make videos. Mike's the one that convinced me to go to Chicago. So and I had told Eric, I've told this story so many times, but I was scared to make videos, and Eric basically said, "Do you have a phone? Make a freaking video in $1." There you go.
I remember.
And
Nice.
I did it. And I thank you for that because it was so hard at first, and now it's so natural, and I've met so many great people. I love it.
Great. That's why we do it.
Yep.
I just saw the avatar switch. He's getting ready.
Yep.
He can't stop laughing. You can hear him. Normally he just does it like on cue. Like he'll just hey Mike O, not the real Mike O. I'm asking the fake Mike O. Hey, are you doing did you sell any cards last night on your live stream or anything?
Well, Mike, thanks for asking. I was having a real good time watching the Phillies game the other night. Obviously, being just below 500 isn't ideal this point in the year. At least we're better than your piss-poor Rangers. But I did manage to pick up this great Tom Brady for the collection
Oh,
today.
he's back.
Obviously not graded, but you just got to enjoy the hobby. Love the hobby. Collect what you love. Collect what you like. And most importantly, love the Phillies.
So good.
Well
I
done.
guess that's what it's like to watch the Mike Up video.
All right, I owe you. I'll bring you a box to the National, man. You get a box. That was a deal. That was a deal.
Who would have thought that I would have sold out for a box of Trilogy hockey?
Well, guys, thanks everybody for joining, man. We gotta cut this off. Hey, this was awesome. Thank you all. Micah, you're a great sport. Obviously, you know JT well, and this is all in fun. We all love genuinely, we all care about each other and love each other. And so thanks for coming on, and go check out the next stream, which is going to be John Newman, Sports Card Nation. Link is at thehobbypalooza.com. Hey, keep collecting. See you at the National if you're going.
Yeah, looking forward to meeting all you guys.
Hopefully next year.
All right, guys. See ya.